Wowza, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we are finally live here and underway. Woo! We had some close calls here in the studio. That's all I'm going to say, but it looks like looks like we're here. And by we, I don't mean just me. I mean me and my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Totally forgot it was Saturday, but you knew that.
It is Saturday, yeah.
It is Saturday. Saturday. It's
all
Saturday
day long.
night.
All right, give me a couple seconds. Talk to the crowd.
Oh, hi, crowd. Hey, so right off the top, I can barely hear myself. Right off the top, though, Teespring. Guess what I did in Teespring? I put up another design in Teespring. So now you've got the Rocker collection in there. You've got the Grays collection. You got to check that out. Then you have the Mayan Pyramid collection, which is the one I put up the other night. And then I just put up the Black Eyed Kid collection. So
That's
go
true.
check it out.
And so let's put that up on screen so everybody knows just what you're talking about here. This is again, courtesy of our good friend Tom over at the...
You need to refresh that.
What?
You need to refresh that.
Oh, yeah, I do, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm refreshing it. But our good friend Tom over at tfetch.com has been throwing us a bone here and giving us some awesome designs and has been working in cooperation with... Let me get this over here, too, because I got to do some shout-outs for him as well, because he and another person that has a great site have been collaborating, and Thomas has been working with him on some of these designs. And so this is the new site, and here's the new collections. This is the Grays collection. This is really, really cool. Am I on the right screen?
You are.
Okay, good. All right, I want to make sure that I am, because I can never... Yep, we're on the right screen. So, yeah, yeah, I'm on this screen actually. So we got the Grays collection, which is this cool new shirt. Those of you on TFR, iHeart, and tune in and TalkStream Live won't be able to see this, but if you go to teespring.com/stores/paranormal-portal, it'll bring up our t-shirt site over there, and you can see the Grays, the group of Grays here on top of the logo, and then the back is just the back. So that's the new design, one of the new designs, and as Don was just stating, we got the new Black Eyed Kids design as well from Thomas at tfetch.com. Now, I got some more shout-outs to give in terms of that, but it says, let me in. Oh, is that creepy or what? Let me in. And this one on the, does this one have the back design?
Yep.
Okay, there it is. And the back design on this one is a real nice, subtle Paranormal Portal. So you'll be representing, you'll be helping us out a ton by doing this. If you choose to get one. And of course, Don, what is the coupon code?
Oh, the coupon is Xmas 2020.
Xmas 2020 is the code for fun over there to give you some savings on top of everything else. But let me just give this extra shout out here.
Metallic relic.
The metallic relic. But here, let me do this quick. Because I got to look at my notes, because you guys know of my dyslexia with names. I do terrible with names. So, let's see. He says, where is it? He says he's also been working with Metal Relic, metalrelic.com. And the beauty of this is that Metal Relic has done a coupon code as well, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. He said it on here, but we've got such a chain of emails going back and forth that I got to make sure to get the right one here. Okay, what did I do with it, I swear to God. I've got just such a special code for listeners. Okay, so if you go over to metalrelic.com, folks, and this is a great site for some amazing designs as well, use the code paranormal10 and you'll get 10% off of anything you order over there. So again, check out tfetch.com for Thomas's site, which showcases many different vendors of awesome t-shirts, as well as Metal Relic, all one word, metalrelic.com. And if you choose to buy something over there, make sure to use the promo code paranormal10 and you'll get 10% off of your purchase. So all kinds of goodness coming out of the down the wire here for us.
That tank is kind of cool.
That what?
Metal Relic.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
tank is kind of cool.
He's got some great stuff over there. Let me just pull that up as well. Let's pull up T-Fetch quick too. And I I think these guys are all brilliant. But let's pull up tfetch.com so you guys can see that as we're talking here, because he just does a great job. The site is really built awesome, and he discusses the different shirt of the day with T-shirt deals. I mean, Thomas goes out there and he does the legwork and finds the really, some really awesome designs. He also provides articles and such on here to help people to, better understand the market and making shirts and such like that. So really cool. This is T-Fetch. Now we're going to check out metalrelic.com, and this is his friend's site, and this stuff is just epic. This is just amazing. So check out Metal Relic, and it's not T-shirts, is it? It's metal relics.
Yeah,
It's like things he's crafted from metal.
right.
And again, Paranormal 10. What was it? Was it Paranormal 10 that I said?
Yes.
And that'll give you 10% off on the coupon code.
I'm just reading what Julia typed in because I was looking up, and she spelled it wrong. Sorry, Julia. Paranormal 10. Thank you.
Yeah.
But you did a great job.
Paranormal 10. All right, so there we go, folks. Some great help from some great friends, and thank you to Thomas and Metal Relic, both for your contributions to our humble beginnings here. I see here we got the waterfall, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So we'll just have to get a phone call or something. Or I just got to, you know what I found out last time is if I just disconnect TFR and reconnect it. Let me do that quick and see if we can get rid of this nice little hiss from our line. So just 1 second, TFR. We'll be right back with you in just a hop, skip, and a jump. All right, now I want to add, and I want to add them.
Is this a technical issue?
It kind of is. It's kind of a technical. All right, there we go. We are reconnected, but no, it didn't help at all. It didn't help even a little. So kind of a technical issue. I don't know. I think so. But what do you do? Okay. Let's continue on here, ladies and gentlemen. This is, of course, the Paranormal Portal. This is our forum for all things paranormal. We're going to be doing 2 full hours of our show tonight. And you are the lucky recipients of that. And hope you enjoy the journey as it goes. Pretty quiet over in TFR tonight, dude.
Is it?
There's it's like me and Nightshade are there over in the TFR chat. But if you want to be a part of the conversations on the Paranormal Portal, if you're out there just listening, you can either hit it up on YouTube, youtube.com/paranormal portal, or you can hang out in tfrlive.com/chat. Give yourself a username and password, and you can check it out there, and that will also line you up to be a part of other shows. There's a whole network of fun over on tfrlive.com. So definitely check it out, and the option to become a member.
Hey, click that button over there real quick.
Which one am I clicking?
The call click.
The call. Okay. There we go. Hello, you're on the air. Oh my God, 2 of those laughs.
Okay, so the
waterfall's gone.
All right, thank you, caller. We appreciate
mystery caller.
mystery caller with the echoey phone. This might have been yours. That'll do it.
Yep.
All right, and it sounds much nicer now. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we got a lot of fun to go through tonight. A lot of weirdness and wonder, as is the course on the Paranormal Portal. The phone lines, as you just heard, are working. I know if you had missed our show last night, you wouldn't have known that because we've been having phone troubles, but they're working now. And special thanks to Carlton for joining me last night and walking through some Tesla and some free energy ideas and thoughts and reflections on the whole energy market and all of that. So that was a lot of fun. But we got Don here tonight. Don,
That's me.
are you ready to tear it up?
Let's do this.
All right, we're going to do it. All right, so I guess the best place to start is let's check out the hot sheets. It's time for the news. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal news desk. It's just me. I'm just kidding, folks. It's still me. This is the Paranormal Portal news desk, though. Got a bunch of cool articles to go through with you guys tonight. I think they're cool anyway, but you may agree or disagree.
You may agree to disagree.
You can always agree to disagree. I don't even think I'm going to do that one because I don't know where the hell that one even came from, to be honest with you. Well, let's get to some of the actual articles that I pulled up for the show. All right, so I don't know. We might have covered this one before, but this has to do with, this is from animalien.com. And this is, I think I'm familiar with this footage because it's appeared somewhere elsewhere, and on YouTube, I believe, was where I ran into it initially. But the story is scared man films haunted dolls moving on their own. And what we're dealing with is from animalien.com. Scared man films haunted dolls moving on their own. So haunted dolls are a pretty loaded topic anyway because
Yep. Yep.
you gotta have a pretty special place in your heart to bring in something that has a spirit attached to it. You've got to be a pretty loving soul, I think, is what that means. But either that or just wildly asking for problems. But anyway, let's read this article and see what it says. It says, did you see the Annabelle horror movie featuring a scary possessed doll? Well, while we're definitely scared to watch the movie on our TV screen, one man gets scared to watch haunted dolls moving in his own house. And no, this isn't a low-budget horror movie. It's actually happening to him in real life. According to Unilad, a man from Ohio claims that his wife's porcelain dolls are moving in a glass cabinet on their own. And he's kind of got a video to prove it. He says he's kind of got a video. Kind of a video. We'll see. I'm a little shook. I went to my bedroom and was looking at the door, waiting for that to bust through. I'm not going to share what that word might be. This isn't a game show. I don't know what all those stars mean. No, I do. I really do, but I'm not going to read them. Waiting for it to bust through, and this is the second time that this has happened. Now, last time was just the doll that moved, and now a completely different doll is moving, and clothes just fall off the shelf. It only happens when I'm here by myself. Chad Gassert, his last name is Gassert, was quoted by Unilad. As seen in the video, the dolls moving two different directions. One doll positioned next to two others suddenly leans against the glass, and the smaller one in the blue dress drops its head towards the left. I suppose we could check that out. Man claims his first paranormal experience with the dolls happened in January when one of them shifted position from across the room. The footage shared on social media is of the second occurrence. After Chad posted the video online, naturally people could witness the paranormal happening, as some of them even claimed to see a pair of eyes behind the doll just before they moved, and a couple also said they saw the doll sit straight back up.
Ew.
The video has now become a topic of discussion on social media.
And here we are.
And here we are, being social medias. Let me just mute this because I don't want to catch any cussing or anything. But we're going to look at this. I'll post it over in TFR. Maybe somebody will show up there. I don't know. What are we looking at here? I guess it's this shelf of dolls. So, this is strange. Oh, look at that. There it did. Sat forward. And it's looking at him, too. That is creepy.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, though. Look at how it's looking at him, Don. Is that not bizarre? Look at that again. It is a little suspect.
Yeah, it's a whole lot suspect.
But I don't know what does a haunted doll moving look like, though.
Well, what is it like on a doll stand?
I don't know.
Is that why it didn't seem to move? Let it go because they zoomed in on it.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Is it on a doll stand? Because its arms didn't move when it moved. Its head didn't move. It didn't fall backwards. Yeah, that's definitely sus.
Sus? Did you say sus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the way you use the word nowadays. It's
I know.
sus.
I've heard it a bunch of times.
It's sus.
From Among Us. They're always playing that game Among Us, and
I don't know
that's
what that
sus.
is.
You're sus. You're acting all sus. Yeah, that's creepy weird. Oh, there's
the other one.
The blue doll kind of leaning over there. I mean, the motions there are motions, but I don't think that they move like people. So, for full disclosure. So, I mean, it's possible they just kind of, do this leaning thing and maybe little small micro movements for the most part. But I don't know. If you had a haunted doll, Don, what would you do? Let's say that the Longbeard house suddenly had a haunted doll in it. What would you do?
I
Is it taking you this long? I thought it would just be the fire pit or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just didn't want to bust out with a hell no, but that's pretty much the way it would be. But yeah, I mean, definitely a fire pit.
It wouldn't be pretty, huh?
No, it would not be pretty.
Yep. Well, there you go. We do have had people with haunted dolls on the show.
Yeah.
And it I don't know. I think you're really kind of asking for a lot of trouble,
especially if you have multiple of them.
Yeah. And what if they don't even like each other and all of them don't like you? Now, here's the thing also is that I've often wondered about haunted dolls. If are the dolls there of their own accord, or are the spirits there of their own accord,
right,
or have they been bound there by someone else?
Right.
And how horrible would that be? So I don't know. I just think about that. But we're going to go through some more news. We got some other special features coming up.
Thank you. No.
Including we're going to do an unboxing up here probably after the first break. So
yeah,
we're going to do an unboxing here on the show just so you guys know that's coming up. We're going to get to that. But yeah, that's the first article tonight on the news.
Deb says, "Dear Santa, Don's been a good boy all year and he wants a haunted doll for Christmas." No, Deb.
I don't think Don wants that.
No. No.
No, he doesn't. He says he doesn't. Sorry, Santa. Change that list.
No, yeah.
Just give him coal like usual.
I want what Gary Lynn said he was going to send to me.
Oh, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, let's just leave it at that.
Okay, well, you brought it up. I don't know.
That'd be a Christmas gift. That'd be an unboxing too.
Okay. All right. Well, let's continue on here. This is the next article in our journey tonight. This also comes from Animalian. It's the skies over Beijing mysteriously turn black in the middle of the day. And this is from May 29th. It's not necessarily breaking news, but it is something I hadn't heard of before. And I'm like, well, we got to talk about that. So it says the skies over Beijing turned dark and black in the middle of the day on Thursday. Chen Binzhong, Binzhong, that name, lifelong Beijing resident, described it in one report on the Epoch Times as an alarm from God. Well, that is weird if your whole city goes black. That's not normal. He said that there was thunder rolling, heavy gale blowing. The sky was very dark. I have never seen this in my life. Is that a thunderstorm, Don?
Is that a what?
A thunderstorm, maybe?
Yeah, that would be a thunderstorm, but he made it very poetic. It wasn't rhyme, but the iambic pentameters.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he went
got like
full Shakespearean on that.
On it, yeah.
He went full Shakespeare on it. 2057 members of the government are currently sitting in Beijing, and their agenda is not good for Christians. Word spills out of the conference about new rules for the church. The government is drawing up new plans to further persecute the underground house church. Wow. That makes it even wilder because, so the whole objective of the meeting in Beijing in May was to assessing the risk of the Christian church, it sounds like. And so they were going to clamp down on that. But then the sky goes dark. Is it biblical?
Oh.
Wow.
This is not good for Christians. Okay.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
So they're to persecute the underground house church. Reports have not yet come out, but it seems that the new coup outbreak is being used as a pretext for the Communist Party to exert even more pressure on the church than it has had in the last 2 years. The dense, dark clouds that came down to Beijing on Thursday seemed like a sinister warning that the powers of darkness had swept into the area. Or was it the wrath of God? See, I would think that would be more like the wrath of God, like, oh, no, you bet not.
You did not.
Oh, no, you didn't. So, I don't know. That's weird. Again, it's just storm clouds. But is that unusual for Beijing? I don't know why this...
I don't know. Can you see anything from Beijing?
I don't know.
Yes,
I mean, I can't...
Usually. Oh.
I'm just going to look and see. Well, yeah, it looks like dark clouds.
Smog.
Yeah, and smog.
That's not clouds. That's smog.
I don't know, but that is weird. And again, my conspiracy bells keep going off. But anyway, That's weird. I guess it's not as fantastical, or it is as fantastical as I thought, because it could have just been a storm, and that in and of itself is.
But that's a heavy storm like that. I mean, it said
is.
thunder. It said,
Yeah, it's,
blowing gales. But if it's blowing, there's not going to be, if it's blowing like 70 miles an hour, how much fog is there going to be?
I don't know. That's hard to say, but
it's called smog. It's so thick they can't get rid of it. So it was blowing smog around.
I think it was in China where they also like carved out a mountain to try to get the airflow to increase or over a certain city that was dealing with lots of pollution.
I could believe that. Yeah, the wind blows through there and hits that mountain and blows it back around.
Right, yeah.
And then it creates, a tornado of smog and you die faster.
Tornado of death. Yeah.
Welcome to the tornado of death.
Yeah, it could be the tornado of death.
This is an e-ticket ride, but you don't need a ticket.
Well, that's weird, though. It's very weird. Let me do this again, and let me get this all shrunk up. How the hell did that get wide? Man, I'm telling you.
Stop looking at my butt.
You are such a twisted soul. How did you get so broken, Don? All right, so let's continue our. This one is more of and again, it's from animalien.com. I found a few things in their archives that I thought were real fun, so we're going through those at animalien.com. And I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I forget how they do, but they have a different enunciation for their title. But they also have a podcast now, so definitely check them out and support their site. So this is Shadow Entity filmed by hotel surveillance camera. This is Eagle 3's Nest Hotel, located 300 South 3rd in Quincy, Illinois, has just that odd ghost-type atmosphere, and now there's evidence. The surveillance video released a few days ago shows a mysterious dark shadow moving in and out of the hallway very quickly. Employees have reported seeing a small shadow out of the corner of their eyes. Sometimes they hear giggles. Of course, it's a hotel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like Hotel 101. You got to have the kid ghosts. The doorway that you see in the footage is actually the opening to the elevator. And when the door opens, a light comes on. As if there's no light, that means the door is closed, which means the shadow entity came out of nowhere. Some things had come up missing off the housekeeper's chart, and so she ran the cameras back, and here's what she saw. Let's see what she saw. It says, I'm going to read the rest of it first. It says, the footage has sparked a flurry of speculation among believers in the paranormal, with some claiming that the black figure is a demon or an imp or just a ghost. Don't know. They don't know what it is. Nobody knows. Let's check it out, though. Ooh, it's got music. Let's turn that off before I get strict. So we're watching. Oh,
what the hell was that? What the heck was that?
That was the shadow entity, I think. We're getting a replay here, it looks like. Waiting.
Slow-mo. That's why we're waiting.
They could have trimmed that a little better. Probably. So there's no light, so that means the elevator doors are closed. That's the opening to the elevator. Boom. Boom. Whoa.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? This is a surveillance camera, dude.
That's nice.
I want to see that again.
I don't know.
That's pretty wild, dude. Do you think it's just to drum up business? Is it
it would be a good way to drum up business.
Yeah, because, it's funny because hauntings used to be, you'd have a hard time buying a haunted house or selling a haunted house.
Now people just want to come flocking to it.
Actually, there's a real estate report that came out said people are getting more money for haunted houses than the market average. So there's lots of people out there buying haunted houses because they're haunted.
Yeah.
Which I got to say is, it's kind of the wrong reason to buy a house. But that is creepy. That's a little weird, shadowy thing.
Yeah.
You're not into it, huh?
I'm not, no.
Based on what, though?
Well, because there's a lot of just ahead there, but you can also see the leg down here.
Yeah?
I don't know. It's not like it's a little person.
Or is it? I mean, shadow people are often reported to be like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, well, I don't believe it.
Huh. Okay.
I there's something about it that I just don't. And if I say it's believable, then I think it's believable. But for some reason, this just doesn't really strike me as believable.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just
well, I think it may be a good capture. I don't know. I mean,
IMO.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you're certainly entitled to that. I don't mean to imply otherwise.
No, yeah.
Of course, but I think that's
It's interesting.
right. It is weird, ladies and gentlemen. It's weird. Is it a shadow person? Well, it looks like they captured something, but and it's something that is not a physical. Now, is it just a hoax? Is it some kind of CGI? Could be a lot of things. Could be the hotel trying to drum up interest. Again, it's the Eagles Nest Hotel. That's in Illinois, huh? Quincy, Illinois. Is that a suburb of Chicago?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, there it is, folks. Allegedly a shadow person captured on film. So we got that going for us. We're at 32 seconds. So I guess I better wrap up the news then, huh? And we'll just continue with our normally scheduled program, including the unboxing coming right up, folks. So
There you go.
you don't want to miss this, but that was the news. And there's the bell, Don.
Good timing.
Good timing indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Don't go away for more of the Paranormal Portal in just a few minutes.
From the dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half hour of our show tonight. It's going fast already, huh, Don?
It is, yeah.
You just
definitely.
break open the news and it gets crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen,
what you got there?
well, this is a package I received, and it looks like it's come pretty far. This has come pretty far because it traveled par avion air.
Pod Avion Air
International.
International.
So this is very important, I'm thinking. Yes. So we got a package, and it came from the great and wonderful land of New Zealand,
Oh,
which is a long way away.
it is.
But somehow somebody's heart stretched all the way from there to here,
That's a big heart.
They sent us this beautiful package. This is from our very own Nessie.
Nessie monster.
Yes.
Wow.
It is. I think. Does it say? I thought it said. Oh yeah, here it is. And it actually says. It actually says.
From Nessie monster.
From Nessie
Yep.
Monster right there.
Yep. It does.
So let's see what's in here, folks.
Is Nessie even here? Well, tough luck. If you're
She is
not.
here.
Is she?
I'm sure she.
All right.
I thought she was. I thought I saw her.
Ah, there
yeah,
she is. Yep,
there she is. Ha ha ha. So here I am breaking the seal. Now, this full disclosure, we have not even peeked. I had to cut the tape over the break. Don can attest for that. He was here watching me do it, and even suggested maybe I act like I'm cutting it.
I'm just happy that you're the one opening the box.
Well, I'm going to open it your way, though. No,
Oh, I see how that works.
I
Is
don't
there
know
any
if I got
wax
this
on it?
hold on. I
It's
don't.
it's a divot box.
It's a big box. Yeah, the screaming souls of the tormented
It's-
will be coming forth. No, Nessie loves us. She'd never send us a Dybbuk box. Right, Nessie? I'm still cutting and de-taping this. You did really good.
It's bulletproof, dear. Thank you.
Yeah, you really, I mean, you packaged this to go the distance. There it is. I broke the seal. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what this is. All right. Hi, guys. What might have started off as a bit of a joke soon became a fun project to sink my creative teeth into. I hope your new mini hosts make you both smile. Mini hosts?
What?
What? They don't come with needles in them, do they?
No wonder I've been having such back pain.
Yeah, Don,
lately.
you remember that headache you were mentioning?
Yeah. What?
All right, here I
So,
am, carefully.
What might have started off as a bit of a joke soon became a fun project to sink my creative teeth into. Hope your new mini hosts make you both smile. Okay. You made him happy. It's a nice shirt.
It's a Don action figure. This is awesome.
She sewed a shirt on it too. Wait a minute.
Look at this guy. I'm dying here.
Oh, she got the gray streak in there too. Nice. I can't.
This is awesome. This is so funny. Jesus Christ. I'm dying here. This is awesome. There it is. The Brett Thomas action figure.
look.
There you go.
On the back of the shirt, it's got on the front of the shirt, it's got a.
She
got
nailed
an
you,
earth,
bro.
and then she's got the Big Dipper on the back.
I got a beautiful sweater. This is great. Oh man.
Here, let me see yours real quick.
Let me see yours again. That just killed me. That's so awesome.
She actually made shirts to put on them.
This is great. She even got the O with the strike through.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, this is hilarious. This is the greatest thing ever. I want to sell these. No, I want to keep these, but I want look like this. She got your gray streak.
She did get my gray streak.
This is so brilliant. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Oh, look at that long beard. That's just the funniest damn thing ever. Look at that guy.
Oh boy. Give me back.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. This is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Oh my God. I'm losing my voice. I'm laughing so hard.
Now if we could just get new doll clothes, get little band tees for this one.
This is great. Oh my God, you just have,
I can't.
You have made my day. This is awesome.
Mini hosts.
Oh Jesus. I didn't know what I was gonna get when I opened this box, but I just want you to know I got a bucket of fun. This is great. Even stitched jeans and stuff. This is awesome.
These are removable clothing. She actually put doll clothing on it.
Let's see how she. Oh yeah, she's repping.
Are they anatomically correct?
Maybe yours is.
Oh, that was cold and mean.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
this is so funny. Oh my
goodness.
God, my ribs are killing me. This is the funniest damn thing I've seen.
Yours might be.
That's the low hanging fruit there, Don. I'm sorry.
Apparently, there is none on this one.
Oh, this is beautiful work. Thank you so much. This is so cool.
Velcro on the zipper.
Oh my God, I haven't laughed that hard in a year at least. Oh, I can breathe now again. But this is so awesome. Oh, this is awesome. This is, you know what we need? We need a little play set, a little play studio.
A little
to put 'em in.
diorama.
Yeah, like recreate the sets. And put them.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, this is brilliant. Thank you, Nessie. This is the most hilarious thing I've seen in a long time. And I mean that in a loving, awesome way, not in I think this is goofy. I think it's great. It's brilliant.
Mini hosts. Well, so did you get a letter from Taz too?
Yeah, we both got cards. Thank you, Taz, for the cards.
Because I haven't opened mine.
Please do. I did open mine because I was just excited. I was under orders not to open this until we were on the air. So.
Well, yeah, congratulations.
And I'm glad I didn't because I wanted
that
was.
I could put that right next to my black-eyed bean that Taz made me as a matter of fact.
That's right. That's right. You've got a whole collection. This is my first action figure.
Well, the other one's a black-eyed bean, not an action figure.
I love these dolls.
Hope your holidays are full of fun and joy. Merry Christmas, wonderful New Year. Hope all your wishes come true. Wow. Thank you, Taz and family.
This is so funny.
That's awesome.
That is beautiful. Thank you as well, Taz. That was wonderful to get cards and everything. And all you guys' love is amazing. Thank you so much. But this is the kind of stuff that I don't know.
Yeah. Julia says playset does not come with Ouija. It does not include Ouija. Yeah, that's a separate purchase.
Yeah.
You got to purchase the Ouija board separately.
That's awesome. God, these are brilliant. Oh man. Yeah, we need a little portal studio for him to be broadcasting. I'm like in this
studio.
Total. You're in the hug pose too, right?
What?
You're in the hug pose too. That's awesome.
Is that a hug pose?
I don't know. Looks like we're out looking for hugs. Looking for love, babes. Woo!
Not here. Apparently he's anatomically correct.
Oh, you know that was funny. I don't care who you are. That was funny. Oh, thank you so much. That was brilliant. Wow. That's awesome. That was truly, truly magical. And yeah, thank you, Nessie. That was awesome. Awesome. Okay, yeah, I'm going to keep this.
There wasn't anything on the backside of it, was it? Like
nope.
Curse or anything?
Nope.
Invisible ink.
keeping that all together. That's beautiful. That was a lot of fun. Wow.
I like that she actually gave us feet too. There's
Yeah.
Foot on there.
Yeah. We got feet. Yeah. Yep. We could definitely. We'll play Portal later, Don. Hey, it's time for the show, Don. Let's go.
Do you think we should do the news today?
Yes. Awesome. Thank you very much as we completely humiliate ourselves publicly. But it was awesome. It was a beautiful, beautiful, fun gift. Thank you.
There we go.
All right. So let's continue on. I got some more stories and stuff of the paranormal to bring you guys through. I don't know. How long was I laughing on that?
I don't know, but I don't
we
know
got,
how she got this Velcro on these shirts and
It was a labor of love, Don. There's no doubt.
it was definitely labor.
All right, so let me get back to more of the articles of fun that I've dug up. There's a couple weird ones. This one I thought was phenomenal, and I read this and I was like, oh, this is Don's kind of story, because you kind of remind me of a Viking.
Oh,
and
okay.
now this is a story, again from Animalien.com, of a couple that discovered a Viking grave under their bedroom, ladies and gentlemen. It says a couple from the Norwegian city of Bude, during the repair of their home, found a Viking-era grave under the floor of their bedroom. Under the floor of their bedroom. I wonder if they had weird stuff happening. Maybe they'll mention that. Let's see. It says, according to preliminary data, the find is more than 1,000 years old, according to the NRK. The discovery was made when Marianne Christensen and her husband dismantled the floor, which they were going to insulate. Under the floorboards, they found a mound of stones, an object resembling a wheel from a children's toy, and an iron axe. After that, the couple contacted the administration of Norwegian district of Nordland, which is responsible for cultural heritage. Look at those floor joists. Those look like rough-hewn log, don't they? Archaeologists have concluded that under the house was a grave of the Viking Age. Okay. According to specialist Martinus Haugli, burial dates back to the 10th century.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's like 2,000 years old.
I know. That's amazing. That's 1,000 years old. Yeah.
It's 1,000 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. To find out. Now, I got to wonder, though. I wonder if these people were absolutely haunted, or is there a lot of weird stuff going on? Right. Or was it just, been there so long, maybe it's no difference. I don't know if there's anything to that or not. Like, the age of a grave determines how active they are, I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. But that's really cool. Right under their floorboards, right as they were sleeping. What?
Apparently, there's a How I Made the Mini Hosts YouTube.
Is there really?
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh my God, we got to show that on the show. I got to see that.
It's in your chat. It's in the chat.
All right, I'm going to check it out right now, folks. Let me get back to
it. It started off as a joke.
Oh God, that's so brilliant.
Can we play that, Nessie? We're going to play that, Nessie.
We have your permission to play this, Nessie?
Yes, you got to say yes, Nessie, because if you don't, then I lost, hold on.
Oops, something went wrong. Yeah, it did for me too.
Well, no, I'm not in the chat anymore. I accidentally had to right click and open a new
chat?
tab.
Let me do this again. Where is it? Oh, is that the link farm?
No,
I don't know if farm just posted or did Nessie.
There it is, right there. So
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me copy this and we'll put it up on screen. We'll get it up there because I want to see this video. This is it's a monumental moment.
Now wait a minute. Did Nessie say we can play it? Hold on.
Oh yeah, Nessie. Is that okay?
Come on, Ness.
Don't leave us hanging, girl. We got to know if it's okay to show this video. Let me just pull it up anyway. No answer? Okay. Well, let us know.
Hold on.
Let us know if that's okay.
Black Tree, you can't say Nessie said okay. You have to. Nessie has to say it.
Yeah, we have to have disclosure from her to use that. But that's awesome.
And then also we have to see your ID because we have to prove that you're over 18.
How long is this? Yeah, it's only a 2-minute video. We could definitely show it. But very, very cool. I'm going to like that video right now because that's way cool. Let me know if she says yes, okay? I'll just continue on as per scheduled. But,
okay.
Okay, what? No, you're just saying okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead and keep going, and then I'll let you know when she says.
Okay, no, there was another.
Oh, everybody's tagging her now. Nessie! Everybody's tagging her.
This is an interesting story. I had heard of this guy before, And I think this is pretty phenomenal. But suffice it to say, this guy was a yogi, a practitioner of the yogic arts, and he allegedly didn't eat or drink for more than 70 years.
What?
Right.
No, he was a breatharian, a breatharian
I
for
guess so.
70 years.
Yeah, I guess so. So we're going to get into this story a little bit because I think these kind of things, I don't know what kind of, serious study this man underwent to prove the claim, but it is pretty interesting to think that you could subsist without those things. It says the Indian state of Gujarat, the yogi Prahlad Jani died at the age of 90. He claimed to have discovered the elixir of life that allows him to not eat food or water for at least 76 years, reports NDTV.
Didn't work very well.
Well, no, it did. If it lasted for 76 years without...
He ultimately
Imagine
died.
how much money he saved. It says, according to the assurances of the followers, Prahlad Jani died on May 26th in his native village of Charada, where he was brought at his personal request for a few days ago. For 2 days, his body will be in the ashram so that followers can say goodbye to their mentor. Since the 1970s, Johnny had lived as an ashram, hermits, in a cave in the forest in Gujarat, awakening at 4 a.m. each day and spending most of his time meditating. Well, it wasn't burning a lot of calories then. Okay. 2 observational studies of Johnny have been conducted, one in 2003 and one in 2010, both involving Dr. Sudhir Shah, a neurologist, at the Sterling Hospitals in Ahmedabad, India. In both cases, the investigators confirmed Johnny's ability to survive healthily without food and water during the testing periods.
It just means he was fasting for 24 hours.
Well, try to give the guy a little credibility. What are we capable of then? We do not know how he survives, said neurologist Sudhir Shah from a 2010 examination. Johnny himself assured that in childhood he was blessed by a goddess, after which he left his native home and refused food and water.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, what are we capable of? Now, I don't know if this is possible for everybody. I don't know if there's something unique about his biology that allowed him to continually break down the same things for 70 some years. I don't know, or there's some other way he found sustenance. I do believe in energies and subtle energies and earth energies and universal energies and stuff like that. I don't know, the idea that they could actually cause you to not have to eat or drink. I think I would miss eating or drinking a whole lot because obviously it's something I take a lot of joy in. But I think it's pretty amazing, the idea that perhaps it is possible that we don't need to, and there's some other method of subsisting. I don't know. That's very strange. Very strange indeed.
Well,
What?
jazz hands.
Okay.
It's interesting that somebody can even I can't live at all if I don't eat in 24 hours. 24 hours and I'm hating everything, everybody, everything. I don't know how
you get hangry.
Oh no, I don't know how to say violent and hungry at the same time, but that's me. It's like I gotta have something. So but for 76 years, that's like a world record or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have to be.
But how, they only checked him in 2003 and 2010, so that's
and
out of 76 years. Supposedly, they only checked him twice. So.
Right. Well, but then again, we don't know how long the studies were. We don't know if there was something else going on. I mean, it could be. Could it be fake? Sure. And that's his cross to bear, or his load to carry, I guess. But if it is true, it's exciting. It's unique, I guess. I know there's people that are claiming to do this, at least in spurts, just surviving on the energy.
Well, yeah, it's healthy to fast.
Yes,
once
exactly.
Once a month. Maybe a day a month.
Once a lifetime, maybe.
Once,
yeah.
I've
only fasted before surgery, personally, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. It's really cool idea that could be possible.
Okay.
Maybe.
So go with the Nessie video.
She gave us the thumbs up.
She gave us a lot more than that, and then everybody else just echoed it for 5 straight minutes.
Okay, all right, folks.
We got the message.
We've got the messages. Is it okay if I play your audio too, Nessie?
She says yes.
All right. Well, then there we go, ladies and gentlemen, for posterity's sake. And in lieu of any copyright claims, we have permission to share with you the story of these amazing action figures.
The mini hosts.
The package actually came labeled action figures.
Did it really? I wonder if that cost any more to ship.
I don't know. It's just, I suppose it probably clears custom faster than voodoo dolls.
Yeah, I'd have to say so.
All right, here we go. Let's see what Nessie's got to say.
So it started out as a joke. I was in live stream chat for a show called Paranormal Portal with friends of mine, and I made a joke about, wouldn't it be funny if they made plush dolls of the hosts? You remember how you get those big soft plush wrestler toys? Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to, and a few other people thought it was funny, but you know what, it tickled my funny bone and it had me laughing. Then the more I thought about it, the more I actually wanted to do it. So I embarked on a project. I got my creative juices flowing. I made some Brenton Don dolls. Check it out.
Oh my God.
Oh! Making the dolls.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't have food. No, I don't. This is not food.
Oh, that's funny. Pubic stuffing. Wow, look at that. Look at that. It's amazing.
So I hope you enjoyed being part of my creative process. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do it before you leave. It'll be awesome to see you back here again. And until next time, keep smiling. Hey girls, what'd you think of the dolls I made? Everybody's a critic.
Awesome. Whoops, I replayed it.
There you go.
Very cool.
Wow.
That is the making of. Every great story should have the making of afterwards, and this is no exception. Wow. Very cool, Nessie. Thank you so much again. That was very thoughtful. And you even chronicled the journey. That's cool. And the seagulls trying to eat us.
But that means that everybody's seen us naked now.
Well, this was a family show a minute ago. But guess we went full nudity. I don't know. That's cool.
Wow.
Very well done video too, by the way. I did subscribe. I didn't know your channel before, but now I know it. And I have a couple of YouTube accounts, both named Paranormal Portal, but I'm subscribed with one of them now. So thank you again so much for that really awesome, thoughtful thing. That's cool. All right, so where are we at? Oh, we're at 2 minutes. That's where we're at.
2 minutes. Wow.
2 minutes until the break,
how
dude.
We can pee away all that time.
Right.
Major peak.
Major peak.
Major peak.
I don't have time
What
for
is that?
anything. Well, there's a couple. Oh, Major Peak. I don't know what that is. I'm not even sure where you're going
Major
with
peak.
this.
He's the one that found the Russian pea in space.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the UFOs.
Yeah.
the anomalous
Yes, the
lights
anomalous
flying
lights,
in
yes.
formation. Yeah, that was actually cosmonaut urine. Yeah, very good to know. Very good to know. So,
Urine Gregorevich.
urine. All right, so
Deb says, "Thanks, Dom. We'll be able to sleep tonight now."
it's just so funny. Just so funny. I love going through the news stuff because I think it's so interesting, but some of it's pretty bizarre. Now, I really
I think
am.
she was talking about the seeing us naked thing.
I usually get dinner first, but didn't work out that way this time. But we're just a couple of, like a minute out of our 30 seconds out of our break. So
Wow.
I'd just like to remind everybody that's following the Paranormal Portal on TFR, iHeart, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live is Paisley Wild. The space is between, and she's discussing the elements. So lots to tune in for there. She's done a great job. Obviously, good friend of the portal, and definitely check out her work. And if you want to check her out on TFR, iHeart, tune in to TalkStream Live. You're welcome to, but you can also check her out on YouTube. She streams her shows live on youtube.com/the spaces between. So we're going to go to our break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. This is the hour break. We got more coming up for you in just a short period of time here. So stand by, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Everybody likes to play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. Trace their lines upon my body, dripping scars across my heart. Raging anger boils inside me, and their lies keep falling apart. But I'm not joking, yeah. I'm not joking, yeah. I'm not joking, yeah. I am finished with my silence. I am not a stupid toy. No more breaking me with kindness. Just you dance upon my joy. Leading me with empty promise. You're just another fucking mess. Taking off the slice of my sanity. Just make sure that you're well fed. But I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken
They're from which they cannot wake. those she's with, they're attracted to the one thing about her that is different from themselves. Her life force. It is very strong. It gives off its own illumination. It is a light that implies life and memory of love and home and earthly pleasures. Something they desperately desire, but can't have anymore. Right now, she's the closest thing to that.
Poltergeists are usually associated with an individual. Hauntings seem to be connected with an area. A house, usually.
Poltergeist disturbances are of fairly short duration, perhaps a couple of months. Hauntings can go on for years.
And so can the Paranormal Portal, ladies and gentlemen. As we are gliding into hour number 2 here, we are just starting the marathon run. We got another break coming up in just 24 minutes. But other than that, we're going to do our best to keep you entertained. So if you're not entertained, there might just be something wrong with you. I don't know. What do you think, Don?
I think there's something wrong with them.
It could be, lad. It could be. But welcome back, everybody. I got some more paranormal goodness to slice off here for you. And this one is an article. And by the way, the phones work. I know we had technical difficulty for about a week, but it appears they're still functioning and in good order. So we're good. Excuse me. But let's continue here on the stories of the night. The paranormal stories of the night. This one apparently is another Pentagon UFO photograph. This is one I haven't seen before, so I find this one pretty interesting. Let's see what you guys think. So this is coming from unexplainedmysteries.com, unexplained-mysteries.com. Another great site full of paranormal goodness. Leaked Pentagon UFO photograph emerges. Hey, what is this for? Let me look at TFR because I don't want to keep everybody in the dark over there. Bam's over there. Let me copy this article for him so he can see what we're talking about here. Copy that and paste it over there for Bam. There you go, Bam. You can check it out with us. But this is an intriguing image of a mysterious silver object hovering motionless in the sky has been published online. This is apparently the object. This is the blown up view. Oh, hold on. I got a cough. There, I think I'm better. No, I'm not. Hold on. There we go. Back in August, it was confirmed that the U.S. government had launched a new program known as the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, or UAPTF, which aims to bolster existing efforts to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, under the Office of Naval Intelligence. More recently, we've been starting to hear more and more about what this new task force is involved in, and now an actual photograph of something strange in the sky has been leaked and published online. According to the debrief, the image, which shows an unidentified silver object hanging in the air, has been widely distributed in the intelligence community and was reportedly taken by the backseat weapons system operator of an FA-18 fighter jet using their personal mobile phone. That's funny that they allow them to take those on the planes. Labeled unclassified for official use only, the image seems to be consistent with other leaked reports about unidentified silver cube-shaped objects spotted hovering motionless over the ocean. While it's not clear exactly where it was taken, the photograph was thought to have been snapped off the east coast of the United States in 2018. To maintain operations security and to avoid disclosing information that may be useful to potential adversaries, Department of Defense does not discuss publicly the details of reports, observations, or examinations of reported incursions into our training ranges or designated airspace, including those incursions initially designated as UAP, Pentagon spokeswoman Susan Gao told the debrief in an email. Could this be evidence of something otherworldly operating in the United States airspace, or is there a more conventional explanation for this image? You decide. Well, it doesn't look like something conventional.
No.
I don't know where they get cube shape though. That doesn't look like a cube. It looks like I don't know, like the lower jaw of a person. You know,
Actually, yeah, it does kind of look like a bony formation.
Yeah, it does. That's very strange. But very cool. Again, I like that these things are making their way to the public spectrum of awareness, because I think we all need to know. We need to know. But I think it's hilarious that the guy had his cell phone there and he just, hey, selfie, decided to get a picture of it and post it for posterity's sake. Very, very exciting stuff. I don't know. I'd love to have seen a video of it, though. That'd be cool. You're welcome, Bam. He says, if it's ours, we got it from elsewhere. Yep. Yeah, that's probably the case for sure. Who knows exactly where it's from, but it is interesting that it's out over the ocean. It doesn't look like there's any land visible, so I don't know how far off the coast they were, what training range they were using at the time.
Well, you can't tell because it was done on a cell phone. Those pictures are always bad.
Yeah, well, it allowed them to blow it up at least that much. And they initially described it as a cube, which is clearly not a cube. That has definitely got a bow shape on the top, and then it looks like it has these.
Well, it could be a matter of perspective too, because that might be like
Could it be just something stupid like a chute opening or something? You know what I mean, though?
It could be something. It could be that thermal blanket that they say the Black Knight.
Yeah. It's finally drifting down, Don. It's made
Black
it from...
Knight's coming down.
Yeah, it's maybe its cousin, the White Knight.
The White Knight. It's only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound. Get back here, boy, she did it. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another weird, anomalous, possible capture of what could be another worldly vehicle here in our world. It was just, I happened upon an article before the show, and I was like, no, I'm not even going to read that. Because it's somebody obviously can prove that we are alone in the universe. There's no other intelligent life out there. I was like,
starting
all
with
right.
that person.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I'm not even going to give this airtime. Because, there's one thing. It's one thing to try to actively debunk claims and come up with other reasons for it. But there's another thing to just say, no, it's just us. We're it.
Right.
It's like, who the hell are you? How could you possibly... How could anybody possibly come to such conclusions? So that's interesting enough, but there you have that, folks. Another addition to the quality of entertainment we offer here. Where the hell's my mouse?
It's right there in your hand.
No, I mean the pointer.
Oh, the pointer.
I'm looking for my pointer there.
I'll give you a pointer.
Hey.
I'll
This is a family show.
I'll even use my anatomically correct doll.
Well, it better have a finger then or something. Because that's the only point in going on with that thing. All right, let's continue. I'm working through the material I got here. Now, this one's kind of interesting. This is more faith related. We just recorded a podcast this afternoon with Catherine from Wisconsin. It's going to be airing tomorrow. Good discussion. She says some really, really cool experiences, and so watch for that tomorrow. It won't be released until later in the evening, so it might be better to wait till Monday. But in any case, she had some really cool divine interventions in her life. Oh. And I love those stories because I think that they're, they obviously, they reaffirm faith. And I think people having faith is a very good thing. Not that I think having no faith is a bad thing necessarily, but I just think that, generally people think that our actions are being seen and watched, and, maybe there's a bit of responsibility that's kind of implied within that, hey, I'm not going to be a dick because Santa's watching, that kind of thing,
Right.
So I don't know. It's kind of neat to know that there might be divine beings that watch out for us and take care of us when we can't take care of ourselves or aren't taking care of ourselves, as the case may be. But this article I thought was neat because, of course, it's, a symbol of faith. And this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. It says, Virgin Mary chalk drawing reappears 13 years on. So, and I thought, wow, that's pretty powerful. A chalk drawing of the Virgin Mary has mysteriously reappeared 13 years after it had faded away. The drawing, which had been created in an outdoor parking lot in the city of Monterrey, Mexico, during festival celebrations in 2007, had originally only lasted around 3 weeks, before the chalk had faded to the point where it was no longer visible and was ultimately forgotten about. Remarkably, however, members of the public began to notice recently that the image had reappeared some 13 years after its original creation, and nobody has been able to explain how, especially given its exposure to the elements and the fact that cars have constantly been driving over it all that time. Photographs of the artwork have since attracted a lot of attention on social media, and crowds of people have been flocking to the parking lot to view it for themselves. Some have attributed the phenomena to divine intervention and have left candles and flowers, and Felix Palomo, who is the director of culture of the municipality of Guadalupe, has posted images of the spectacle on Twitter in the hopes of finding answers. Whether you believe in miracles or not, the question is, how did this image reappear 13 years after its creation, he wrote. So far, no conclusive explanation for the phenomena has been forthcoming. And there's a video, so I guess we could take a peek at that.
A video?
A video. Folks, there's a video. Let's blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. I'm going to remute this. Whoa, we're not going to do the sound, though. But there's the people gathering, holding their hearts. Why is there water all over? What's going on? Oh, is it... What? No, is it...
Todavía. Este festival consiste...
Yeah, I don't speak that language, so I'm not going to be lots of good in interpreting that, but...
I wonder if they had to pour water on it to get it to come up, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
That kind of looks like it, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean...
Would that make the chalk fragments maybe more vibrant?
Well, why wouldn't it have happened, years and years?
Yeah, like they have to have annual rainfalls and stuff.
Exactly.
That's really bizarre.
So it's still there.
Yeah, and you can see it. That's pretty powerful stuff. I don't know. I mean, believe what you want to believe, folks. I'm certainly not telling you that you should believe anything, but I think that these representations of faith, I think, are powerful and have a lot of deep meaning to a lot of people. And especially in today's world, my God, the fact that people believe and take strength from that, I think, is important.
I wonder if there's any pictures of the original, before it was washed away or whatever happened to it.
Well, good point, yeah.
That way we can compare it to that one, because that was rather well done.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. But now we got this. That's all we got for the article here. I'm sure there probably are existing pictures of the original when it was all done and vibrant and stuff, but very cool. It's reappearing. Bringing back people's faith. It's amazing. That's something I always find just incredible, and how I don't know if it's beautiful or if it's more tragic, in that people are so desperately looking for those signs.
They look for anything. Like
you could have burnt toast that looks like Jesus, and people would flock. You could sell it on eBay for $100,000 or something. I mean, there's people out there that so desperately want those signs and symbols that may mean that a divine being is watching over them. And I think it's both beautiful and sad, because that they have to try that hard, and I think that if you're looking for, I don't know, it's not my place to say, so I won't say it, but I'll leave that alone, because I think people's faith is it's important that they have their own faith, and I'm not going to speak in regards to that, but I hope people find what they're looking for, because I think that can be a really powerful thing and a beautiful thing in people's lives. Just my 2 cents. And I got all kinds of those down.
Mm-hmm.
But that I thought was interesting. What'd you think of that, Don?
I think it's interesting, but it's cool, but I don't think it's supernatural or anything like that. I think it's just, I don't know what to think. I think somebody went out there with a chalk and redrew it, and then swept it up and tried to, and then somebody accidentally spilled their latte on it one day and went, oh my goodness. But I mean, after 13 years, there's no way that chalk could still be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding.
So that's that's the part. So anyhow.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I don't really have a opinion other than if people find divine meaning in that, that's really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, anything. Your faith in anything is what you need.
Yeah.
It can be any. I knew a guy who said, he could care less if it was called a head of cabbage. His higher power, I should say. So,
sure. Here's an article. Let's see. What are we at with time? Because I got a Brent Swanson article that I'm dying to break into, but I don't want to break into something that I'm
That
gonna have
usually
to split.
takes like, most of a half hour.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm just kind of scanning through it quick, just to see, because it's talking about. There's another ranch. Yeah, it's definitely. Well, no, I could probably do it. It's another ranch, kind of like the Skinwalker Ranch, but it's called the Bradshaw Ranch, and this is coming from Brent Swanson, our good friend and amazing paranormal journalist. His articles are featured on mysteriousuniverse.org, as well as his own websites and the on Facebook as well. So let's talk about this. This is, everybody's heard of Skinwalker Ranch. Of course, it's a place of myth and legend and a lot of oddities, for sure. But this is the Bradshaw Ranch, and it says one of the most popular destinations in the state of Arizona is the town of Sedona, which over the years has accrued a reputation as quite the mecca for New Agers and paranormal researchers from all over the country, as well as droves of tourists every year. Arizona in particular, this area is rather well known for a high concentration of UFO sightings and for the mysterious energy vortices said to dot the landscape here. Where earth energies crackle and which are believed to confer all matter of health benefits, as well as said to aid in meditation and self-reflection. It's largely because of these alleged magical vortices that a bustling business of spiritual healing tours and metaphysical medicine outfits have sprung up here, and one can already see that Sedona is already a rather strange and unique place in an already rather unique and strange state. However, Sedona is also the home to a very unusual patch of land where there have long been reported all manner of high strangeness, from UFOs to ghosts to dinosaurs and more. Go off the beaten path for a while, off down the remote, unpaved, rough dirt road just 12 miles outside Sedona on the Verde Valley, and you will be met with the sight of a rather large abandoned ranch, now inaccessible and blocked off by an intimidating gate plastered with signs from the U.S. Forestry Service warning away trespassers. The desert, scrub, and wilderness area have been around the ranch is as remote and uninhabitable as you can get, and now the now uninhabited ranch itself has devolved into a feral place overgrown with weeds and partially devoured by the landscape. It was obviously once an expansive and a successful ranch. So what is this place, and why is it just sitting out there forgotten to be slowly reclaimed by the ravenous wilderness around it? For that, we have to go back to the beginning, back to 1945. Excuse me. It was in 1945 that a Hollywood stuntman and actor named Bob Bradshaw moved out to the Sedona area, where he opened a modest business in the form of photography shop. With his Hollywood connections, Bradshaw also had a hand in many of the westerns that were in vogue at the time, and which favored the deserts and canyons of the area for sets, with over 50 full-length features made in this vicinity over the years, and which helped to revitalize the area. With his newfound influx of cash and good standing amongst the locals in 1960, Bradshaw purchased a 140-acre parcel of land out in the Verde Valley at a place that is then known as Bitter Creek. And this ranch and its old adobe house would also go on to become a popular place to shoot movies, such as the 1967 Elvis Presley film Stay Away Joe and others. In the 1990s, Bradshaw's son, John Bradshaw, turned the land into a more functional, actually working ranch, and it also became popular as a recreation spot for camping, horseback riding, and other outdoor activities. At the time, this was a secluded place of natural beauty, with a veneer of Hollywood laid over it, but things would begin to take a turn for the strange, beginning in 1992 when a series of escalating strange phenomena began to creep across the ranch. Let's do this. Okay. It supposedly began when John Bradshaw's wife, Linda, who claimed to begin seeing mysterious orbs of light in the sky over the ranch, as well as sudden bright flashes with no discernible cause and streaking mystery lights. This was perhaps not that kind of streaking, Don. This is perhaps to be expected because the region was already long known for a hotspot for UFO sightings, but things would escalate quickly and further branch out to the weird as if UFOs and anomalous lights in the sky were not enough. Linda claimed that odd comets would come across the property, shooting beams of light, and that the place was crawling with barely glimpsed shadow people and other entities. Her and her son would also claim to have had a rather far-out encounter with actual aliens on the property, which she would see outside of her window one evening and described thus. Strolling past the window were 4 short-statured aliens wearing tight-fitting one-piece uniforms of a light tan color. They were what are typically called Zeta Reticuli, also known as the Greys. Only those appeared to be a bit more ashen-colored, almost white. Once the beings were out of sight and the witnesses recomposed themselves, the 3 of them jumped into their car and sped to the house where I was sleeping. I remember so vividly how my son vigorously shook my arm to wake me up. I can still hear the trepidation in his voice as he said, "Mom, wake up, they're here." I raised up and said, "Who's here?" And he exclaimed, "The aliens, Mom."
Wow.
The next day, she allegedly went out to investigate the area where the entities had been seen and found tiny footprints in the ground, which they took video footage of. On top of aliens, there was also sightings of a large, hairy Bigfoot-like creature on the property. In particular, one Linda nicknamed Big Girl, which was seen frequently, and other less discernible creatures, even stranger than these sightings, were accounts of spotting what were described as actual dinosaurs at the ranch, with Linda herself claiming one time to have seen a 5-foot-tall bipedal lizard with a long tail standing on a dirt path one evening. These apparent dinosaurs purportedly left large reptilian tracks that were sometimes found on the property as well.
Huh.
Yikes. Linda recorded these and all manner of other strangeness at the ranch, such as livestock and other animals falling ill for no apparent reason, or the names of her horses torn off, or the manes, rather, torn off, and after several years of this, in 1995, compiled it all into a book called Merging Dimensions, The Opening Portals of Sedona, along with ufologist Tom Dongo. I'd never heard of him. The book also features numerous photos that were captured at the ranch with many of the strange phenomena not seen until the film was developed. UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot, shadow people, living dinosaurs in the world. What is going on in here? Linda Bradshaw believes that all the disparate phenomena are the result of some sort of interdimensional doorway that is, for whatever reason, open up at the ranch, and through which spew all manner of entities. And she would say of her theory, "I believe these openings have always been on our plane, and there perhaps have been portals to allow others in. But if one were to ask my opinion of my experiences regarding this magical place, I would say that not only are they being allowed in, but they are coming in great numbers. I would also love to say that only compassionate beings of light are scooting through these portals, but this does not always seem to be the case. I've come face to face with a few decidedly nasty beings." The ranch subsequently became a haven for paranormal researchers, and it was featured on numerous TV programs, with orb and UFO activity commonly caught on film at the location. Readings taken at the ranch also showed the anomaly that it had a much stronger magnetic field than the surrounding area, by some estimates around 500 times greater. Although why this or what connection it has to the purported phenomena, no one knows. How are we doing for time? I don't know if I'm going to make it. 2 minutes? I don't know. In May 2003, the mystery was deepened and conspiracy theories responded when the U.S. government suddenly and without explanation purchased the ranch and quickly had it locked off from the rest of the world. Locals claimed that there were frequent military personnel seen around the area, and in addition to the signs keeping people out were also armed guards said to patrol the area and turn people away, in no uncertain terms. Unverified reports exist of hikers being confronted and turned away by heavily armed guards, and no visible identification or insignia, or even more ominously chased off the property by either guards or all-terrain vehicles that are all black with no noticeable markings. Dongo said of this in his book, Mysterious Sedona, "A machine gun, usually an M16, or in some cases semi-automatic pistols, is then leveled at the hikers, and by the tone of the voice of the soldiers, the hiker is left with no doubt that he'll be shot on the spot if he doesn't turn around, retrace his steps, and rapidly leave the area. Those looking for hard evidence of these claims won't find it. There are plenty of stories of suspicious activity, missing persons, and aliens, and UFOs spotted in conjunction with the soldiers, but no substantial evidence exists to prove these theories. Military activity in the area could very well be routine training exercises, and those hikers asked to turn around may be done for their own safety. It seems odd for this to be the case with such a ranch out in the middle of nowhere, so why is this? Well, it depends on who you ask. For some, it is because the U.S. Forest Service is looking to preserve valuable Native American archaeological sites in the area, but of course, considering all of these strange phenomena reported from here and the rumors of portals and vortices, there are others who think that the government confiscated the land in order just to cover it all up.
You're not going to finish it.
Two. It's hard to say what's going on with all this, but Bradshaw Ranch is considered to be a hotspot for the paranormal nevertheless. Well, I guess we can skip the closing of that, but brilliant article as always, Mr. Swanser, if you're out there listening. And it's always a pleasure to read your work. We're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with the last half hour of our show. And I hope you're here with us. Don't go away. Got to do a station break, pay the bills. So we'll be right back in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now into the Paranormal Portal. And have been for the last hour and a half, but this is the last half hour of our show. And we are thrilled you're here. I was just playing with my toy. I haven't got a toy for a long time. Yay. All right. Got another amazing article ready for you. I think this one's going to be a great one to end the show on because I love these stories. And this is another great addition and contribution from the great Brent Swanser. And this is an article on mysterioussuniverse.org. And this one's going a little bit back. I guess not really too far. It's from July. July. And I don't think I've ever read this before. I don't know how I missed it, but because he always links me in these things, so that's really cool. But this article is called Very Strange Firefighter Bigfoot Encounters. And that's just right up our alley. That's exactly our kind of story right there, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just get into this. We got 24 minutes. That's probably just enough time. So here we go. It says, forest fires are one of the most spectacular destructive forces of nature. These infernos have been the potential to wipe out wide swaths of land and disrupt entire ecosystems. And in this day and age, they are largely caused by human interference. During such catastrophes, the wildfire is often shaken up to a good degree. The wildlife is shaken up to a good degree, rather. And if Bigfoot exists, it would seem to be that they would not be above the being scattered and pushed out by it all. According to some reports by firefighters, this seems to be exactly the case. And here we will look at a selection of reports of Bigfoot seen on the fringes of blazes by the people who fight them. The first report comes from the files of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, BFRO, and allegedly occurred in 1993 in Snohomish County, Washington.
I'm from there.
Yay! In the United States, the witness claims to be a wirefighter with the wildland firefighting crew in the U.S. Forest Service. And at the time, he was assigned to a place called Mount Baker's, Snoqualmie. Is that how you say that?
Snoqualmie, yeah.
So Snoqualmie, NF. On July 22nd of that year, the area was plagued with numerous lightning strikes, some of which were causing wildfires, and so the witness and his crew were called into action. They broke off into two groups in order to determine what areas were hit, and it was not long before he saw the telltale smoke of a fire in the Beckler River Road area. He and his partner geared up and began their climb up very rugged, steep, and rocky terrain, which was so choked with brush that it took them 3 hours to navigate and finally reach the fire.
Wow.
They fought the blaze for a further 2 hours, managing to extinguish it, after which they decided to take a different route back down the mountainside. As they made their way slowly down the treacherous terrain, the witness says that his partner, Joe, dropped his shovel to send it careening around 100 feet down the slope to land on a rocky outcropping. The witness made to go retrieve it and then noticed a cave nearby, partially hidden by the brush and trees, from which belched forward an odoriferous stench. He shone his flashlight within, but it was too dark to gauge the size, and that wall of stench kept him from getting any closer. It was about this time that he says he was overcome by an overall eerie feeling. For reasons he could not quite figure out, it was then that he would have a truly bizarre experience, of which he says, oh my God, these ads are everywhere. I don't know how to kill those. Those are weird. I yelled up to Joe that I'd found a cave and it really stunk. He seemed to just want to keep heading back for the truck, so he continued down the path where we were on before I climbed down for the shovel. I was looking down the mountain to see how I was going to get down off the ledge and connect with the trail we were on before, and as I was standing there, I saw out of the corner of my eye a bowling ball-sized boulder came flying from over my head. It crashed and rolled into a ravine about 10 or 15 yards downhill from me. I yelled back up to the hill to Joe, "Did you throw that?" And when he said no, I realized that he had already walked away from where we had been and was now way to the left of my location. It was at this moment I realized that rock could not have been thrown by him, nor did it roll down the hill because I would have heard it crashing down from above me. I then looked back uphill where the rock had come from, just in time to see another rock coming from above me. The second rock hit the ground more to the left and below me. I was visually scanning the area where the rock had come from when I heard movement in the brush. I crouched down and watched the area, and I then saw a dark, hairy figure walking upright along the side of the mountain away from me. It was always partially obscured by brush and trees, so I couldn't really tell color or exact height, but I would guess about 7 to 9 feet tall. I watched it for a few seconds and then yelled to Joe, "I see it." I think I said, "I think it's a Bigfoot." And as soon as I yelled that, I looked back up, and it was dead still and silent. I felt like it stopped and hid when I yelled because I didn't see or hear anything else. At this point, I really wanted to get back out of there, so I side-hilled over to Joe, and we quickly descended back to our vehicle. We were both very freaked out and talked about it all the way back to the ranger station, where we reported the incident to our wildlife biologist and other officials at the ranger district. And I was later contacted by someone at the University of Washington. Thank you. I see W of W, and I always think Wisconsin because it's across the river from where I grew up. Who wanted to interview me and have me take him to the site. I moved from the area short afterwards, and I never took him there, which is why I'm submitting this report. I want people to know my story. What was going on here, even more spectacular than this account, is one that is also covered by the BFRO and supposedly occurred in 1999. The anonymous witness, a government firefighter, claimed that on August 6th, 1999, an area of Battle Mountain, Nevada, was hit by several brush fires that would soon spin out of control to become what is known as the Battle Mountain Complex Fire. As they made their way through the charred hellscape, the witness claims that they came across an apparently injured figure that they at first from a distance thought to be another firefighter, but quickly proved to be anything but. I think this is one you and I have talked about before. And the witness says in the report, "I observed an animal wounded by the fire moving on all fours, not like a bear, more like an ape. Firefighters captured the animal, contacted local vet and medical doctor, U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife, Department of the Interior, and Bureau of Land Management are on the scene. Animal tranquilized and moved to unknown location. Those at the scene told not to talk about what they saw. Animal approximately 7.5 feet long, human-like arms, legs, face not like a man or ape, but mixed between. Genitalia male, uncircumcised, and human-like. Hair covering most of body except chest. Chest has hair but sparse. Hands with sparse hair. Palms bare with 5 digits with human opposition of thumb and 5th digit. Speech attempted to communicate with caregivers once it realized they were attempting to care for it. Multiple burns on hands, feet, legs, and body. Some 2nd and 3rd degree burns using the rule of 9s, approximately 45% of body with burns. Doctor and vet working together, providing care, and moved it to an unknown location locally. This notice given in violation of orders given by BLM, DOI, and DFNW, and witnesses numbered in the area of 30 to 25. Word is out in the government agencies and among firefighters, and since an MD was called out, many thought a firefighter was injured. Please note that I am a government employee of one of the listed agencies. Fighting brush fires in wilderness area of Nevada, large-scale fire, approximately 70,000 acres burned. And under orders not to disclose information. I believe a cover-up is in the making. People need to know the animal needs to be kept alive and studied and released in protected area.
That'll never happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Very, very tragic. I'm sure that's I don't know. I'm sure it got shuffled away to some lab. Considering how dramatic and incredible this report was, the BFRO at first looked at it with raised eyebrows and considered that it might be a hoax, but researcher Tom Powell believed it to be true and followed up on it not only to confirm that the fire had indeed happened, spread to 180,000 acres, and enlisted over 600 firefighters to battle it, but also managed to get into contact with the original witness, who he calls Marty, and who gave him further, more detailed information, including that there were 20 other witnesses to the strange event. He also provided a detailed, rather incredible description of the capture and treatment of the apparent Bigfoot, and Powell would write in his report, This incident happened in the early afternoon. About 20 firefighters were directly involved. The injured patient apparently wandered within sight of the crew and was then surrounded. The patient seemed to know that he was captured because he soon gave up. Marty mentioned this several times. He just gave up. The patient sat down on his buttocks, giving no evidence of a will to resist, like a dog gives up and then you can do anything with it. The patient was laid out on the ground at first. His injuries were rather serious, including burns to the hands, feet, legs, and trunk, as well as much singed hair. It didn't take long for medical services to get to the scene. The attending medical team included regular MD for the fire crews, a vet that Marty didn't recognize, and one or more paramedics. The vet was taken aback at working on a creature so human-like, and he is reported to have allowed the physician to do most of the work. At some point, Demerol and morphine were administered, and the patient was placed on a spine board, which was too small. He was then placed on a regular ambulance stretcher. The sides were left down because part of the body hung over too far. The feet hung off the end. A cut down was performed to obtain an intravenous line, and fluids were administered. During his treatment of the wounds and the efforts at life support, the patient communicated with moans, groans, and grumbling. Bowel sounds were heard by Marty, who was close as 3 feet from the patient. No language-like vocalizations were heard. The patient responded to touch, specifically patting and stroking to calm him. You're not going to find an ape or a monkey responding that same way. 2 or 3 times Marty mentioned that the patient was especially responsive to a young Native American woman who started administering to him right from the very beginning. Excuse me. The patient was removed from the scene in the back of a utility truck, not in an ambulance. Marty said an ambulance would have alerted townsfolk and possibly news reporters, thinking that a firefighter had been injured. No one would follow a nondescript van. The total time from initial sighting to extraction was estimated at 3 hours. There was no urination, defecation, or vomit at the scene. The patient did not eat anything during that time. Serum and blood were leaking from the burned areas of the body. The area of the arm on which the cut down was performed was shaved. The hair probably fell to the ground. There was significant blood from the cut down site from the subsequent insertion of a venous line, and some of that blood dripped to the ground. No one knows where the patient was taken. No video cameras on the scene to film any aspect of the incident. The fire commander was present. He had a camera, and he did record what he saw. The patient is described as being about 7 feet tall, give or take a few inches. Marty does not give a weight estimate. Most of the body is covered in brownish hair about 2 inches in length. No gray nails, no gray hairs are evident. There are no mats noted on the coats. There is an order about the patient. It is not an especially obnoxious order. Marty calls it a natural order, but he had a hard time describing it. He said that it is similar to a strong equine order. The head is not sloped. The forehead is heavily boned. The lips large but human-like. The ears human-like and tight to the head, with the earlobe attached, not dangling. The patient is strong-jawed. He could not remember the color of the eyes, but thought that they might be brown. The head is about 2 times the size of a human head. There is hair on the face, but not on the palms or soles of the feet. There is great bulk to the patient, but there was no fat. He said his observation of the form of the body did not match with that film, with the one running in the woods. He then called that film a probable hoax. The hands are about 1.5 times a human hand, 5-fingered with opposable thumb. The fingernails are thicker and heavier, and one was chipped. The feet are large, five toes on each foot. No evidence of fractures, injuries, or arthritis, or deformation. The sexual features are like those of an uncircumcised male, matching the human anatomy. And Marty made the comment several times that these are not monkey or ape features. He felt he was in the presence of a very human creature. Powell asked the witness to return to the scene to see if he could collect any physical samples such as blood or hair, but when he did, it would turn out that the entire area had been completely bulldozed, possibly to hide such evidence. This was met with suspicion by the BFRO, as it seemed a bit too convenient that Marty couldn't provide any evidence for what he was claiming. But Powell remained convinced at the veracity of the story. The witness would later claim to him that the creature had been moved to a university or some hospital that was not disclosed. And Powell would come away from it all saying, I am left with two inescapable conclusions. First, Bigfoots exist, and the second, the government does not want us to know it. The big question that remains in my mind is why? Why?
Because then they'd be shown as a bunch of lying.
Yeah. What was there really a Bigfoot injured out there in the fire on Battle Mountain, Nevada? And if so, where did it go? We'll probably never know for sure. And finally, we have the report from Oregon Bigfoot, which purportedly happened in September of 2011 near White City, Jackson County, Oregon. The witness described himself as a wildland firefighter who was at the time at a place called Dead Indian Mountain fighting a bushfire. And at one point, they stopped near the fire to have a bite to eat, and that was when they heard a very deliberate banging sound that sounded like someone bashing together pieces of wood. These noises would seemingly follow them around and appeared to have sometimes get very close to their position, which was all not a little unsettling, especially since they could not determine what was creating the commotion. They put it out of their mind and focused on battling the fire, and then the witness saw something truly outlandish up the hill in the brush. He says, there were multiple sets of eyes that flashed at us as they moved about 60 feet and nothing flat. I'd say they were about 100 feet or less from the unburned brush. I'm 6'3", and it was easy to see that one of them was taller than me by the glow of their eyes. I only saw a blur of color as they moved, but when they stopped, the other eyes disappeared, and I was left looking at one set squatted down low to the ground. We began making noise. I beat my shovel against the Polanski I was carrying for the Sawyer, and we began walking towards one set of the eyes. They glowed kind of yellowish green, and they were fixated on me. Some of the other guys saw them too as I moved in, but I got about 40 or 50 feet from it, maybe closer, and I realized they weren't going to run. We were aware of each other, and it looked right into my eyes, and it was almost shapeless black. No silhouette, just the eyes looking at me. I decided to back off, and our boss said to line it up. There are animals in the woods, and for everyone to calm down because it was quickly turning into a state of chaos, and people were getting scared. So we lined up and marched out, and we didn't see any more eyes that night. As the night turned to day, we were all the way up at the top, Division Alpha, where we had lost a containment line, and the fire burned the green, and as we grabbed it, or gridded it, we found what looked like a human-sized N-shaped footprint over the top of the boot prints. I'll never forget those eyes staring at me, like, I know you're here, and you know I'm here. If you want to make something of it, I will. Some of us got the impression it was protecting the others by staring us down. I'm glad I didn't get closer. Wow. So these are some strange reports to be sure, and one wonders what to think of them all. Is there anything to do with it? Or is it all just hoaxes in the work of the imagination? It does seem that firefighters are in a position to see such strange things, and fires have a way of stirring up wildlife of an area, so maybe there is something to be gleaned from all of this. In the end, who really knows? Such reports are hard to corroborate, and they mostly get files in with all the others, none of it proof, but all very compelling all the same. Perhaps one day we'll know the answer to such mysteries, but for now such accounts orbit about us, just out of our reach of answers or closure. Mm-hmm. Brilliantly written, of course, as always. Mr. Swanson, you definitely set it up like a pro.
And yeah, that does sound,
That sounds like the one we talked about before, right?
Well, I'm just saying it sounds like what I've read about the St. Helens fires and things like that.
Oh.
Where they found, bodies, and they really didn't go into the genitalia part of it, though.
Sure.
But, that sounds like some of the stuff I've read regarding the St. Helens fire back in, 81? 80?
Yeah, when was that?
It was 80 or 81. It was May 18th.
May 18th. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I don't know. It stands to reason if the fires are burning, they're going to be moving too. So if there are people out there fighting the fires, they're probably going to bump into them, because it's not like when there's a fast-moving wildfire, not like, these things are going to be real careful. They're just going to be getting the hell out, That's just it.
You know, and you got to think that some of them may get caught in a fire. You know.
Yeah, sure.
You know, especially when you think of the Mount St. Helens. You know, because there was some rumbling, and then all of a sudden it was, you know, pyroclast and heat. You know, everywhere.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So you know they didn't have a whole lot of time to run down the mountain.
Yeah, you can't
know.
outrun a pyroclastic flow that's going like 100 and some miles an hour.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of out
You know,
of the range.
but I wonder if they were smart enough to I wonder if they you know had they figured out that the rumblings before, you know, it blew up and they evacuated the mountain before that, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know that's basically. I've always heard that the animals will know these things are coming far before we will.
Right.
Obviously, we have tools to help us now, whereas before we didn't. But you'd always hear about weird migrations of birds or weird flocks of birds doing things they don't normally do, and then all of a sudden, a volcano comes up or an earthquake happens or something. So they do seem to be tuned into the natural world like that. So I wouldn't suspect it'd be any different for the Bigfoot.
No.
I think even the island people, like natives, I think during the tsunamis, in the Indonesian areas, there were some islands that were very primitive, where there's still primitive people living. And of course, in the wake of the tsunamis, the people were absolutely trying to get out there to them and, find out if they were okay, because, they must be in terrible shape. And they would arrive at the scene of what was once a village, and there was no village there anymore, but all of the village people were there, every one of them. Nobody had passed. And they was like, well, how did you know? And they said, well, we watched the animals. And, they apparently had legendary stories of when the animals do this, then do this. And they said the animals, I think it was the fish or the animals did something. And they were like, they knew they had to move to higher ground, and they did, and they were fine. But it's wild. Earthquake lights are an interesting phenomena. Yeah, they are, Farm. They sure are. Lots of interesting phenomena. That's why the portal is such an amazing place.
Wow. Look at that. We got less than 3 minutes left.
Was that not really good timing?
It was, yeah.
Perfect timing. So there's just definitely lots of coolness going on. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the journey tonight. We obviously have a lot of fun bringing the shows to you guys. And special thank you to everyone that sent cards. Julia brought fudge over, and it's definitely been great. And Nessie now got us action figures.
Yeah, well.
This is not cool. That's so cool. The action figures, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of Nessie. And she even documented her journey of creating these little masterpieces. And you know what's cool about these is that they're us, Don.
They're so lifelike.
They're just like us. I've got my goatee. That's so funny. I haven't laughed that hard in so long. Oh, my God. Great. Very fun. Very fun. So, anyway, well, thank you for all those nice things you guys are saying in the chats. We appreciate it, of course, that you guys are here with us. Please feel free to spread these streams, spread them far and wide, put them on your social media. That's what I want for Christmas, is for everybody to post our shows on their social medias and let other people know about the portal.
Oh.
What?
Happy Krampusnacht.
Is that today?
That is today.
Krampusnacht, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a jerk, you might want to go to bed early.
Yeah, you might want to avoid the little those things walking through town with the sacks and the willow whips.
Yeah, absolutely. Willow whips are painful things, I'm sure.
Yes.
But that's about... Don, you're talking like you know it. Yes, they are. Oh, my God, they are.
I know they are.
Did you get switched?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, damn.
I grew up in an old place.
I grew up with two older brothers that perfectly modeled the behavior I didn't want to inherit, and I learned how not to get the problems. So I was a good boy. I think I was, anyway. I tried to be. But anyway. No, it was a different world back then, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely.
So, it wasn't uncommon to get a spanking here and there if you had one coming. I didn't say I never got spanked. I did, but I learned to avoid that at all costs and just not enrage the spankers. I found that was the key to remaining spank-free. So I did, and I made it through it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'll be back tomorrow night with Sunday's edition of the Night Terrors, and I hope you'll join me then. But Paisley will be coming up next in just a couple minutes. So definitely tune into her and find out more about these darn elements that she's talking about. You got to learn the elements. That'll help you understand. But anyway, anything in closing, Don?
Nope. Just don't forget we did put up those new designs in the Teespring, so go check them out.
Yep.
Black Tree, there's nothing I can do about the checkout process. And thank you.
All right, guys.
And happy Krampusnacht.
Happy Krampusnacht to all. Take care of each other. We love you. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. And I'll be back tomorrow night with the night here, so hopefully you'll join me again, 7 p.m. Pacific time right here on YouTube. Love you guys. Good night. Take care. Be good, and we'll see you soon.
Of course, I'll show her Nessie.
All right. See you. Good night.